hear the siren, they basically woke up to their worst nightmare. Imagine somebody who has a nightmare, who has a fear, but a real fear. For them, a siren is an existential threat. For my daughter, when she hears about someone who may have a siren somewhere, she shuts down and she cannot react anymore, and she goes to the shelter. So she woke up and she hears it, and I remember her face was pale white. She started shivering and her face is shocked. I run into the shelter, I close the window, I close the door. Obviously I don't have time. We all sit on the floor. My two other kids are in the shelter, in the safe room. We start hearing the crazy explosions. My kids by then are starting to hysterically crying. The older ones cry, so the younger ones also start crying, and everybody's in great fear. And as a parent, it's a very hard moment to see your child go through such a moment, because as parents, we have this natural reaction that we always want to do best for our kids. I give them best clothing and tutor and activities, and who bought the mezuzah, bought it for their son, right? Cohen family, where are they? Here, over there. They bought for their son. He has a new house. We always want to give, because our kids is everything for us. And here you are in a situation where you can't give your child the basic thing, is the feeling of safety. And I tried to tell them the IDF is going to come soon and going to bomb the terrorists. Obviously, there was no one in the air, no airplanes are heard. And at some point, we hear one of the rockets fall very close to the house. 15 minutes later, the electricity goes down. So now we're in pitch black, without service for our phones. And then I come out of the house to see what's going on outside. It got a little quiet. We hear of indications that terrorists are breaking into different communities, and then a call comes out from a nearby community called Pri Gan. Okay, Pri Gan is about 10 minutes away, older crowd. I would say they don't have the way to protect themselves as much, and they say the terrorists broke into their houses and they're shouting for help. And at that point, that call goes out in the main security line. Everybody hears it. There's a huge decision to make. Does our first response team leaves to go help them, or stay and continue to protect the community, which is, in my eyes, the natural thing is to first, and also the job, the mission, to protect your own community. Our first response team, in my eyes, makes one of the most heroic decisions on October 7th. There are many heroic stories, but as a community who's under the same threat to leave, because the terrorists were mobilizing on motorcycles and the pickup trucks, they could get anywhere within minutes. And they had planned to go into our communities as well. They decided to leave the community and go and fight in Pri Gan. In Pri Gan, there are 15 terrorists well equipped with thousands of bullets, AK-47, hand grenades, side bombs, anti-tank missiles, and guys get there while they're working to blow up one of the shelters, to break in one of the 5 houses that they went into. These were not just regular Hamas terrorists. These were the Nukhba terrorists, which are the special forces of Hamas. The way it was on October 7th, they said they sent the special forces, and about between 10 to 30 terrorists to each community, and wherever they experienced success, they brought hundreds more. That's how they did it in Be'eri, in Kfar Aza, in Nir Oz, and in Nachal Oz, and all the other communities and bases that they went into. And the guys start fighting them, basically pulling them out of the houses because they were shooting at the terrorists. And for a 2-hour battle, the first response team of Shlomit fights the terrorists fighting for their life. During the battle, more than few guys were getting injured, and more guys came from the community. Anyone who had a rifle was allowed out of the community, and there weren't many. But after 2 hours, the terrorists realized that they're not going to be able to move any forward, and they decide to run away from the community. And by that act of heroism, the first response team of Shlomit manages to save the lives of the entire Pri Gan community. And basically, Not even one single person from Pre-Gun was either injured or killed on October 7th. This is the only community the terrorists physically broke into, and not even one was killed or wounded or kidnapped. But our tiny community paid a very heavy price of four of my closest friends who were killed on the battles of October 7th, leaving behind 15 children, a 41-year-old Aviad Cohen, a father of 6 kids, 37-year-old Reuven Shishpotish, father of 4 kids, the 32-year-old Bechor Swede, father of 3 kids, and the 30-year-old Oriel Bibi, a father of 2 kids. 15 children who would never see their father again. A very hard and heavy news to the community that we've been dealing with ever since. 4 other guys were injured, 2 of them very critically, to a point we didn't think will ever make it. But with miracles, they made it to the hospital after 4 hours of laying down on the sand without an ability to take them to a hospital to evacuate them. It took 4 hours for the helicopters to arrive. Ever since October 7th, we were evacuated for 6 months to a hotel next to Jerusalem. During those months, I was called up to fight in Gaza. I fought all over the Gaza Strip. I've been doing army service almost ever since, while traveling to America back and forth to share the story and to get more people connected to what we're doing. On March 1st, we decided as a community to be the first community in the Eshkol region to return to our home and to come back because of the message that we want to spread and share with the world, that we are coming back. We're not giving up. They may be able to break our bodies. They broke our hearts. They hurt us badly. But one thing they'll never be able to do, ever, is break our spirit. And by coming back, we show that spirit. We continue that Jewish spirit. We're building in our synagogue in memory of our 4 heroes with JNF, with a big Magen David on top, in front of their eyes, in front of their faces. We're here to stay. And what you guys are doing, you're part of this victory, because at the end, you go into Gaza and you fight these monsters, and we sacrifice our life day after day. But at the end, the real victory is how we will come out of this and how we will be able to continue rebuilding this area. This is the real victory. Just like the Holocaust. When you ask a Holocaust survivor, what is your victory over the Nazis? They will tell you, it's not the America and the Allies who beat Germany. It is my kids, my grandkids, my great-grandkids. This is my victory. It's the state of Israel that was declared 3 years exactly after the Holocaust ended. This is the victory. What is our victory here? Is rebuilding the area, is growing it, is expanding it and tripling it, not just doubling it, and even more. And by coming here, each and every one of you, you're part of it. You're part of doing that. You're holding a brush, you're painting a bench, you're painting a wall, you're planting a tree, you're picking a fruit. You're part of that victory. And you're all, in my eyes, are brave for choosing to come to Israel, despite all the side messages and words that maybe friends and family told you, don't come, why now? Maybe after the war, maybe it's dangerous. You know, you're here and you feel safe, right? I'm telling you, it's the safest place to be. And the closer you get to Gaza, the safer you are. You laugh. I was in the middle of Khan Yunis, and that's how I'm going to end. We're in the heart of Khan Yunis. I'm speaking to my friends from Yahalom. It's the combat engineer unit that is in charge of blowing up and taking care of the tunnels. We're about to blow up a tunnel. Happens to be the tunnel that Yihya Sinwar was living in. May he also rotten in his grave. We're about to blow it up. And we're speaking, and he said, I just got married 9 months ago, and I told him that I fly a lot to America, and he says, I really want to go on a road trip with my wife on a honeymoon when we finish. So I put my hand, I said, his name was Organji, it's his last name. Organji, we're standing in the heart of Khan Yunis, not for anything, but I feel much safer here than I feel in the heart of New York City. So he gave me this look. He said, what are you talking? I said, yeah, here we are, we're to protect ourselves, we're fighting. And this is a safe place, and somebody's watching over you, but you're still brave for coming. You're still brave for getting on a plane and coming and being with us, and for that, I thank you and I admire each and every one of you for doing so. Thank you for being our partner, and we are going to be victorious, and we're going to get over this, and we're gonna show the world that we will not just get over this, we will come out much stronger than we were before. Am Yisrael Chai. Toda Rabba.